honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, 100% truth. Do a quick in transit. I was watching this show called Pink Book Lessons. And it's a female, she has a YouTube channel, but she kind of gets on the women of our nation, Jake women, because really not our women, but they are Israelites, but they don't belong to us. They belong to Esau, Edom. And she was getting on them about they were closing down a beauty supply store in Atlanta. I guess it's kind of made headline news and stuff like that. So they take all this merchandise out of this beauty supply store and they dump it out there in the parking lot. I mean, it's piles and piles of shit, like wigs, eyelashes, like Jake women love that shit, and tons and tons of stuff, It was a big store, almost like a warehouse type store. So I guess the news got out, and then Jake started, Eve started calling other women, nigger women, and they all showed up, and they out there trying to ransack the pile, but the police is there to keep them off from the pile. And like she was saying, the Pink Book Lessons almost like off to the Boondocks. Anybody remember the Boondocks cartoon, adult cartoon that used to come on? They usually put in parts of their episodes like that, usually something similar to that. And they may have had an episode like that, it's hard to say. But anyhow, it's just like comedy hour. They got the newscasters out there. They interviewing the people. People, they get the worst of the Jakes. They get the worst with the worst vocabulary. The hood of the hood type Jakes, nigger women. So they questioning them, and they questioning these happy dudes. The gay dudes. Got them on, ask some questions and shit. And Jake, man, Jake gonna be comical as hell, gonna make himself look like a buffoon. But like she was saying, man, it's like it's secondhand embarrassment to see our people out there in that state and what they've become, because they become like a degenerate vine, man. And I get it, store clothes, a lot of times, they take stuff, they dump it out there, go out there and get the free merchandise, get free things. But like she was saying also, she made a good point, that had not the police showing up, it'd have been chaos, it'd been fights, it'd have been a total chaos, man. Because Jake has become so deplorable up under this system of Esau Edom, and Jake still don't see it. Jake, and even if Jake do see it, Jake refused to leave his plantation, man. This is worse than the time of Egypt, because now if they free you, Jake still wouldn't go no damn way. You stay right there in fucking Egypt. At least during that time they did leave Egypt, but they was murmuring, they was talking shit along the way, and the Lord had to destroy their ass, when he got them into the wilderness. But now, man, Jake, you can't pry him off the goddamn plantation, man. He has been so enchanted, and really they did this just to make, they got on the news, and I guess whoever the owners are, usually, because I used to work in, I used to do maintenance apartment complexes and stuff like that. And usually when something is laid out for eviction, like say maybe varies from different state to state, but they had a newscaster ask them, newscaster looked it up in that state of Georgia, that anything that's if you get evicted, anything that's cast out on outside, and the owner doesn't come and claim it, it's usually free merchandise. It's usually how it works in evictions. But I guess the chief, police chief, he decided that the best thing was to do to keep the turmoil down and keep people from fighting over all this shit out there. He said, let's just load this shit up in the garbage bins and take this shit to the dump. And that's what they did. And I guess the owners wanted, he was saying, the police chief would say, well, it still belongs to the owners, and the owners don't want the people to have it. You know, he wanted to take it to the dump. That's what the police chief said, which he could have been making that up. But anyhow, I guess that was the best decision. Because, you know, Jake would have been out there fighting, man, tooth and nail over that shit that we don't even need, man. It goes to show you how fucked up our people have become. You know, and you know Eve, man. Eve right now, she makes herself look like a transvestite, you know. She look like, you ever see the movie White Chicks? That's what most Eve's goal is, to set themselves up. It look like a goddamn transformer, man. Unfucking-believable, man. All that natural beauty that our women had, they just take that shit, and because they've been so corrupted, they can't see the beauty within themselves, man, because of the enchantments. Esau eat them. And Eve destroys all that. She's going to put a pound of makeup on her face, which is going to cause her to have blemishes. She's going to put this fake hair and weave all in her hair and shit, or either dead people hair in her hair, which all type of glues and shit would cause her hair to fall out, which a lot of them end up getting what they call alopecia and shit. So, you know, our women are destroyed, man. Matter of fact, when I was watching it, I was saying, those are not our women. Those are not our people, really. Through the bloodline, yes. But as far as in spirit, no, those are not our people. You can't feel sorry for them, man. You see that shit on the news, and Esau know what he's doing because he's using that shit as mockery. He's taking all that shit that they probably could have used, which they don't need, and took that shit and threw it in the dump and covered it up. And that was the beautiful part of it, you know. That was the beautiful part of it, you know. And he just make a mockery of our fucking people, man. And I don't feel sorry for them jakes out there, you know, that's being done like that. You can't feel sorry for them. Them 2/3 gonna have to burn, man. Like she said, it was like secondhand embarrassment, but you know, it ain't no more secondhand embarrassment. We know to separate ourselves from our people. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Everybody ain't gonna leave the plantation, man. Everybody's not gonna leave Egypt. 2/3 of our people are gonna stay here and burn. They don't want that flight up out of here. They don't want them tickets to get away from this destruction that's coming. And we have to thank Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for giving us the foresight to be able to see the fall before it happened, man. We could see the play. He's already told us what the play was going to be. He wrote the play out over 2,000 years ago, man. For our time, for our learning. But yeah, you gotta watch it, man. Pink Book Lessons. She do pretty good content for a female, but you know, we have to be mindful not to get into a lot of these women platforms watching, you know, because a lot of them women supposed to fall back, you know. Our women supposed to fall back and let the men get out here and do the work. Now it's okay for her to go ahead and for women to go out here and coach and teach other women in the right way, to be keepers at home, love of their husbands, and how to raise their kids, man. But other than that, you know, yeah, we're in some horrible times, man. And I guess the Lord got us here this time to witness. You know, we're seers. That's what He's called us in the older days. You know, us be able to witness and because we're going to be able to testify to the Lord, man. All this shit that we do see, man, that's vexing to our spirit. See all the abominable things that our people have become and what they're doing. To see the righteousness, man, and them being deplorable. And a lot of it, you know, majority is created by Esau Edom, but our people ain't gonna have it no other way. You can't pry them from up under the grips of Esau Edom, man. He gave those niggas a few scraps, man, and they'll kill you over it, man. They'll kill you over from trying to take them from being a slave, man. You see what they did to our big brother Yahushua. They turned him over to the Roman authorities, man. And all he was doing is trying to tell them, you know, you're better than this. He was trying to come and let them know he was coming to take the fall for their sins, man. Jake didn't want to hear that shit. Jake wanted to live wickedly. And that's why we lost our land, man. That's why we got evicted. Being disobedient. Being unruly. And wanting to be and live like these heathens, man. And yeah, so now, man, Jake just loved ratchetness. Jake loved being a degenerate, man. Matter of fact, they glorify that shit. And I got family members, man. They look up to, because I come out of certain areas, man, where the women of our family, man, these supposed to be your aunties and shit, they look up to these goddamn dope dealers and shit, man. They look up to deplorable, to degenerate type shit. Oh, look at it, such and such, he got a new car, he got such and such. He got his mother a house and shit from out there selling dope, man, in the hood, you know, destroying his people. And that's why we got to separate ourselves from our people. Whether it be your loved ones, whoever else it may be. We're not of this world. And we have to come to that realization, man. And part of it is, you know, it's like a brainwash. We have to get brainwashed out of this shit, you know. All of the things that we were taught, not knowing that it was wrong, man. We were raised up in the culture of degeneracy, man. And have things that, and more than half, damn near everything we was taught, you know, we have to question it. We go back and check it against the Bible, man. All that shit was going off that we was taught as a child, man, growing up, being raised up. Things that we taught to be acceptable. Because you may have a family member that might be a Mo or something like that. You're supposed to accept it. Or a friend that, you know, your friend or a neighbor that came up as a Mo, you're supposed to accept that behavior, man. It's definitely like that now. It wasn't like that when I was coming up. But now, man, it's all in my goddamn family now, man. It's like an infestation. And I remember seeing these kids coming up, man. And that's the problem with being here in Babylon the Great, because it's like a virus, man. It goes around and it's going to affect the young. I see the young kids now, man. They really ain't got no damn future, man, because they're going to come to all kind of attacks from from media, from the programming that's going out, from the food, from the relatives, everything, man. All this shit is like tinder for the fire, man. And Lord is setting it up perfectly. And we just have to sit back and watch and do what the Lord has required for us to do. Playing the long game, not the short game. The short game is investing yourself and thinking that you're going to have a future here in Babylon the Great. Man, ain't no future in this place, man. This place is over. It's done. This place is through. You can't see that, man. You the 2/3, man. You're gonna sink in this shit when it go down, man. We put our faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. And that's Jesus Christ or Caesar Borgia. Yeah, he's gonna tell you to invest in this because he's gonna be that stumbling block. He's gonna keep you jakes tied into the system. And when the last minute you're gonna be destroyed. Because he ain't coming to save you, man. We we have to trust the process, man. And this thing ain't gonna be overnight, man. It's all about getting yourself cleaned up, man. Going through your afflictions, your infirmities, things that you got to deal with. You're gonna have shit that's gonna happen to you, man. And you're not going to be able to explain it why it happened. Because we deal with principalities, man, that's working against us, that's trying to pull us out of this truth. Satan ain't gonna go after the ones he already got. He's gonna go after you. He's gonna try you and test you. And if a man hasn't been afflicted and he hasn't been through anything, then he hasn't been tried. You're not sure if he's loyal or not. And that's part of the purging process, man. It's cleaning all that filth that we were taught, for so many years, until we came into this truth. And then began the purging process, man. Through infirmities, through affliction, and things that we go through. And that's what separated us from these 2/3 niggas out here. Like I said, go back and watch that video, man, and watch how people and how Esau Edom is making a mockery of us, man. It's like saying, Lord, these your people. Is this the salt of the earth? Is this the apple of your eye? Is these the people that you called and chose? And all the other nations look back and, they laugh, man. They laugh. They call us bywords and all the other things. That's why we're going to put it on their asses too when we get the kingdom back, man. Because right now Esau, this is his kingdom, man. He's living his best life. And all that shit has come crumbling down, man. Because we come in our kingdom, he ain't going to have time to go out there and go fishing on his boats and his yachts and shit, man. He ain't going to have time for none of that shit. No recreation, none of that shit. We're going to whip him into shape and cleaning up all his filth and all this destruction that he's done, man, and then build up our kingdom. And we're going to show him no mercy as he showed us no mercy. But right now, this is all spiritual. And through faith, we believe because we know this is going to happen. Ain't no plan B, man. We're going to trust the process, man. Really, in this society, man, if you are doing halfway decent, still don't make shit in this society, man, because they can come take that shit at any time, man. And we're going to find out real soon. The joy and the mirth in this place is gone, man. It's long gone. Them days of working hard and shit and getting a house and having a car and providing for your family, being able to take vacations, those shit is coming to an end. Now you got Jakes working 2 or 3 jobs just to pay for a damn raggedy ass apartment, man. If you can get that. As most Jakes, you ain't gonna qualify for an apartment, man, unless you can I think how it goes, you can put down 1/3 of the rent. No, you have to put down 3 months rent or some shit like that. You have to make more than 3 months rent, something like that. I forget what it is. Then your security deposit and all these other things, man, for a goddamn raggedy ass apartment that's not yours. And you got to listen to your neighbors fuss and argue and smell them smoking weed and cigarettes through the wall, man. Matter of fact, they should be paying you to live in some of them damn places, man. Well, I guess they do if you look at Keisha. If you look at the nigga woman, they pretty much pay them. As long as they give it their man and live in these communities. That's overrun with degeneracy, man. Out of control. Straight up out of control. But that's it, man. I'll ride to my destination, man, and Lord will, this is edifying, man. And like I say, those are not our people. Man, we just have to separate ourselves. We alien to this shit. With that, say shalom.